Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku.co daily stock market review for the trading day ending Tuesday, February 3rd. Firstly to the S&P 500 today, and here we see another white body candle. Buyers taking control of this market once again. Previous day's trading we saw the market bouncing off the 2000 level of support in a strong bullish manner, trading within the cloud at that time, and today we've seen a bullish breakout outside of the top of the cloud and above both the Kijun Sen and the Tenkan Sen indicator. This gives us a bullish market in all three timeframes. Unfortunately, this bullishness is not supported by the Chica span, which is below the corresponding price action. So there is some doubt about whether we are going to see a continuation of the trend to the upside. Now, this is not the first occasion that we've seen the market trading within the cloud and then breaking out to the upside. And it's now the third occasion, and it does suggest that there is a lot of confusion in this market in all three timeframes. We basically have a market that's trading sideways now, and there is potentially strong resistance just at where the market's trading within this yellow zone, extending from the close today roughly about 2050 up to about the 2055 level, and up to the swing highs from the recent past about 2065. Just looking at our bands here, and here we see the band starting to squeeze together again. So we're getting prepared for some trending price action. Previously we've had some breakouts to the downside with a lack of follow through and the buyers coming back into the market quite quickly. And for today's trading, a bullish breakout up above the upper band, and it suggests excuse me, it suggests that we now have a potentially a strong bullish bias in this market. But what we want to see here is another bullish candle following through and potentially, hopefully, breaching the swing highs here around this 2065 level. Next to the Dow 30 in a very similar type of candle, bullish candle, buyers in control, strongly committed, breaching through the Ichimoku cloud. We want to see follow through, but this is not the first time that we've seen the bullish breakout in the market trading above the cloud. This is the third occasion that we've seen such a breakout. We want to see, as we saw with the S&P, confirmation with another bullish candle. The market has potential resistance at this highlighted zone, extending up through to the 17,898 level. So not a lot of confidence in this change of trend in all three timeframes at the moment, because it's not the first time that we've seen it in the recent past. And with the bands slightly different here with the Dow 30 compared to the S&P, and we have the market still trading within the bands and suggesting that we don't have a strong bullish or bearish bias at the moment. The upper band may hold a strong resistance. It trades at 17, roughly about 17,718, 17,712. Next to the NASDAQ 100, and here we see breakout up above each of the Ichimoku indicators. Again, not supported by the Chica span, so not a lot of confidence in this move. The buyers have closed with control, a smaller body than we saw with the S&P and the Dow, so the momentum here in net terms is not as great, and it does suggest that there is potential for further upside in this market, but still we want to see confirmation with strong follow through. Now we also see the market trading within the window that was opened up previously, and this is the second occasion that we've seen the market test within that window, and that window remains open. It hasn't been closed by price action trading through there, and it does suggest that there is a likelihood of us seeing some selling coming in on the back of the resistance here. We could see the market test up to the top of the window here, which extends to about 4253. If we do see the market come off potential support at the top of the Ichimoku cloud and at the bottom of the window, roughly about 4211. And with the bands here with the NASDAQ 100, and here we see the market still trading within the bands, potential resistance at the upper band at 4235. Moving next to the Russell 2000, and here we've seen the market gap up, strong bullish candle as with the other equities markets. Buyers in control, showing some solid commitment here following the bullish breakout up above the Ichimoku cloud, and this suggests that there's probably greater potential of this move developing in the Russell 2000 than with the other markets. Potential resistance, however, around the swing highs here, roughly about the 1200 round number level. So we will be watching that area quite closely. And in the recent past, we saw the market tested there in a bullish manner, and then the sellers come in very strongly. So that's going to be a very important area. If we do see selling come into the market, potential support through the window that was opened up today, extending from the low, roughly about the 1180 region, down to about 1175, and combined with the top of the Ichimoku cloud being just around the bottom of the window, we could see very, very solid support in that area. Now with the Russell 2000 with the bands here, and we've seen a bullish breakout up above the upper band. Previously a bearish breakout to the downside, lack of follow through, and not for the first occasion. That was the second time we've seen that in the recent past. Now we have a bullish breakout. This could be the old head fake move, and the market then moves in the other direction and starts trending. But we do require confirmation with another bullish candle. We want to see follow through and hopefully a breach of this 1200 level in a strong bullish manner. Moving next to take a look at some of the sectors on the weekly charts, and moving first to the energy sector, and we see an attempted recovery taking place here. The sector trading down below each of the Ichimoku indicators previously, giving us a very strongly bearish market in line with very weak oil prices. But for this week at the moment, we're seeing a rally take place, and the market at the moment trading up through the Tenkan-sen indicator. So if we can maintain price action up above there, it may signify a very important change in the fast-term time frame, and we could see price action attempt to retrace back up towards the Kijun-sen indicator. In terms of the bands here on the right hand side, and we've seen the lower band acting as resistance for quite some time, the market is now testing well within the bands, and a lot depends on price action closing up within there at the end of the week. We have seen previously the market testing within there and then selling off very strongly, so a lot will depend on how the sector closes with regard to the bands here. Just looking at one of the strongest sectors here, and it's the real estate sector, and very strong bullish price action on Ichimoku, trading up above each of the Ichimoku indicators. For the week that just has closed trading, we've seen a black body candle form, sellers closing with control, and as this current week is forming, we are seeing a change of trend to the downside develop, but with the buyers taking control at the moment. So if the buyers can maintain price action up towards the top of the candle, there is potential then for the buyers to come back in the next week. In terms of performance, very strongly outperforming the overall market, the S&P 500 here for the past month or so. So potential for the real estate sector to continue to the upside. Looking at volatility here, we have seen the sector trading very strongly off a cyclical low, starting to roll over a little bit over the last couple of weeks, so that will be important to watch that. If we do see volatility continuing to come off, we could see a retracement of that prior trend or congestion form. Moving over to the right hand side, and we see the bands and the market or the sector trading well outside of the upper band, highlighting a very strong bullish bias. For this week as we're trading, we're seeing support come in at the upper band and bouncing off there, buyers coming in strongly, suggesting that we still have a very strong bullish bias. The consumer defensive sector is also a very strong one, and we still continue to see bullish activity up above the Ichimoku cloud, the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen, supported by the Chikou span, and the market just testing around the Tenkan-sen for this week's trading. There is a possibility of the market trading through there, but at the moment, for this week, we have the buyers in control, so it does suggest that there is potential for the market to trade to higher levels, and a lot will depend on how the market continues to react to that Tenkan-sen if we do see price action trading down around there later in the week. This is about the third occasion over the past couple of months that we've seen the market test to or below the Tenkan-sen and the buyers come in solidly. In terms of outperformance, strongly outperforming the overall market for the past month or so, and volatility is still continuing to trend up. We may be getting close to a cyclical high. In terms of the bands here on the right hand side, the market bouncing off support within the bands and potentially closing up above where we're trading at the moment. If we do see the market test lower during the week, looking to strong support down to within the bands to the middle of the bands here. The utility sector is also another strong one, highlighting price action up above each of the Ichimoku indicators, supported by the Chica span. Very strong outperformance here against the S&P 500, the overall market, and we see the indicator trading outside of the bands here with the relative strength. Trending higher off a cyclical low for some time. No indication here yet that we will see volatility come off and getting close to perhaps a cyclical high, and we have seen the market come off, or volatility come off, as we reach these higher levels, but no strong indication of that occurring yet. We would want to see the market trading and closing down through the Tenkan-sen first if we are going to see selling coming in and an end to the very strong first and second time frame uptrends that the market's been in recently. And the healthcare sector has been a fairly strong one as well. For the week that has finished trading, selling coming in, sellers taking control, and we have seen potentially a change of trend for this week's trading, with the market making a lower high and a lower low. But we do see a shadow on the bottom of this candle, and as the week is developing, we are seeing buying coming back in, and the market bouncing off an area very close to the Tenkan-sen indicator. Strong relative performance here to the S&P, outperforming the overall market. Volatility moving higher off a cyclical low, and potentially continuing to trade higher. Looking on the right hand side with the bands and testing the upper band, bouncing off there, and that will be a very important benchmark for the healthcare sector moving forward.